Hello. Due to the number of messages that I got asking why I didn't go live last night, I'm going to come on this morning and briefly give an overview of what the message was on last night's finale call. Last night we discussed struggling with an identity crisis. So many of us don't know who we are or where we come from. We secretly struggle with an identity crisis. Some because we're mixed, some because we were raised by somebody other than our parents, some because we lived and grew up in two different worlds. The perfect identity of a biblical identity crisis was Moses. For the sake of time, I won't read it to you, but if we read in Exodus 2, it discusses Moses and his identity crisis. Moses was born an Israelite, put in a basket to save his life, floated down the river, was raised by the Pharaoh's daughter in the house of a Pharaoh. So, from his cushy, plush lifestyle, he watched the enslavement of his people. Until he became grown and was able to do something about it, Moses struggled with an identity crisis. How many of us struggle with the same identity crisis? Hopefully, me coming forth talking about my identity crisis will help with someone else. See, when I was a child, I was raised in two different worlds. As a small child, my mother was in prison, so my grandmother raised me. My grandparents lived in a middle upper class white neighborhood. I went to an all-white school. I was a princess. Then at around 6, reality set in. I went to visit Mom, who lived in the hood. My cousins, my family members, they didn't understand why I talked white, why I acted white, why I didn't dance, why I watched Sesame Street. They didn't understand why I wasn't hood. Well, back home with my grandparents at school, they didn't understand why I was darker, why my hair was curlier, why I looked funny to them. See, I had an identity crisis. Who was I? Why was I different? Why did I not fit in anywhere? With my grandparents at home where I was a princess, at school, I was made fun of. When I went to visit my mom, where the people I almost looked like, I didn't really look like them either, I was made fun of. Who was I? Where did I really belong? And it only got worse with time. See, some of us don't realize that we really don't know who we are. We want to know. We wonder why, but we have no idea who we really are. Some of the things that have happened to us in life make us think that we're robbers, we're thieves, we're whores. So on last night's call, what I did was I put a few questions out there. One of them was, I've had an abortion. Am I a murderer? I've had sex without being married. Am I a fornicator? I've been touched by another woman. Am I a lesbian? See, the answer to those questions aren't as easy as they may seem. Because there's little girls out there being molested by grown women. That doesn't make them lesbians. That makes them confused. They don't know which way to go. Because their body naturally responds to touch. And their mind makes them think that they're the bad guy because their vagina felt good when it got licked. You're not the bad guy. Release. Forgive and move forward. You still can have a man. You're not an abomination. You're not thrown away. You were just an abused little girl. There are medical reasons that people have to have abortions, yet after it they still walk around feeling damaged. They still walk around feeling like a murderer. If it wasn't time, it wasn't time. Release and stop punishing yourself. And if you got an abortion because you couldn't afford a baby or the man was going to leave, that still doesn't make you trash. That still doesn't make you throw away. Jesus died on the cross to redeem us. Accept your redemption because your Redeemer lives. See, a lot of us go through the mixed chick syndrome. Oh my goodness. Am I white? Am I black? Am I purple? Am I Mexican? Who am I? You're uniquely made in the image of God. Color is just a surface thing. The hair is just a surface thing. Don't let people make you feel inadequate because you can't just touch and identify with one specific race. It's okay. You're still special. See, we go through these things and we let people put stigmas on us. We walk around hurt and broken because we just really don't know who we are. But deep inside of us, God has planted a purpose. He's put us in a special place. We're his peculiar people. We just fail to realize it. So we say, well, I had sex before marriage. Am I an adulterer? Sometimes we get rape mixed up with consensual sex because when we're raped, people make it like it's all our fault. You should have had some clothes on. You shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Rape is rape. If someone has taken you sexually, it is rape. It doesn't matter what you had on. It doesn't matter where you were. And you cannot continuously beat yourself up and feel guilty for being the victim. So a lot of people say, well, you're no good anymore. You're trash. No man's going to ever want you. You're not a virgin. Hootie, hootie, fluff, fluff, fluff. Let it go. Remember, by his stripes we are healed. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him when he went up on that cross and died. That meant you too. That didn't just mean those running around with the big hats and the gloves and doing the holy dance. That means you too. You were redeemed too. You were healed too. You were cleansed too. Go before your God and ask for healing, because it was not your fault. You are not damaged goods. You are not thrown away. You survived. That means you have purpose. Because many people died in situations like that. Many people did not make it through some of the things that you've been through. So you are still that princess that you were born to be. Going through some things did not separate you, but in most cases should have brought you closer to your Father. Some of us don't know who we are because we weren't raised by our parents. For whatever reason, grandma, auntie, the foster care system, somebody else raised us. So we don't really know who we are, we don't know who we belong to, and we don't know why it happened to us. Whatever the situation was, you are still special. You aren't thrown away. Somebody was there to catch you in the fallout. See, I was once that little girl. I was raised through everybody in the family practically before I left and got out on my own. My mother was a heroin addict. So she may have wanted us, she may not have, but she couldn't take care of us the way that we should have been taken care of. So me and my brothers and sisters grew up with our grandparents, some of us in foster care. We just had a different lifestyle. And for many, many years, I was very hurt, very angry, and very broken. But like I told them on the call, and I will share with you guys who missed it, who tap into the live today, I'm still here, still growing, still rising, still walking into my purpose. Had I not been through the things I've been through, I wouldn't have the testimony I have to share. No matter what your upbringing was, no matter what you went through, if you question who you are, if you question why you're here, stop. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. Realize that not only are you beautiful, not only are you wonderfully made, not only are you great, but you have purpose and you have destiny. Allow yourself healing. Allow yourself forgiveness. Forgive yourself for all the times that you blamed yourself for the mishaps in your life. Forgive yourself for all the things that people made it like it was your fault. Forgive yourself for all the times that people called you fast and you believed it because someone else was touching you and you were reacting to the touch of someone else. For the misleading principles of someone else. For the mistakes and the damage that someone else put upon you. Set yourself free. Allow yourself to be free. because no one is holding you accountable or holding it against you at this point but you. Let go and allow the beauty of yourself. Allow the fact that you're the child of the Most High God to fill you. Each one of us were born with special gifts. The enemy works to stop us from walking in our purpose and our destiny. Allow yourself to be set free. Today, allow yourself to be set free. Move forth. Move forth into your destiny. Move forth into your greatness. Move forth into your true beauty. No matter what people have said, you're not trash and you're not thrown away. You're a survivor. Just the fact that you're still here tells you that you're a survivor. There's nobody better than you just because they may have a little more money or have a different car, or maybe they had two parents or whatever the situation was that was different. They're not better. They're just different. So later they'll post the recording from last night's message. The message is extremely long. I'm going to tell you guys that in advance. I'm going to post in the group the scriptures that were given in the message so that you guys can go back and read them. But I just really ask that you guys look into yourself and realize that you're beautiful and that you're great. God bless you and have an awesome day.